We'll see. We'll see. I do prefer the CDUB draft, but I feel like Odyssey could just win this game without a doubt for them with how good of a Timber game it is.
Dead zoned. Hello, sir. Says hi to everyone and runs away. Yeah, I can also see godly Timber, right? Just standing behind your tier 1s or in front of your tier 2s, whatever, and he's just there being a nuisance, and the TB is farming while you're trying to deal with Odyssey, and at the same time I can see him going a little bit too deep and being blown up by, let's say, Mortimer's Kisses and some spam from the anti-mage, like Mana Void from AM. He dies.
So I want to actually I'll hold that and speak about this thought a little bit later, because we might have a bit of a fight for some of the bounty runes. If they just see the clock, well, they will get confirmation now. Looks like no crazy shenanigans gonna break out. Dead Zone should be able to get the bounty. Face meanwhile, Monk's gonna take a little bit of damage from Cry and a Tooth as well. Looks like they're gonna put the anti-mage mid, so...
Okay, that's an adjustment. You deal with the TB a bit easier, right? Like with the Timber Saw, sorry. You get his mana. Also, Mark with Dragon's Blood is much harder to zone out if you're a Tooth. You're not dishing out as much damage. Cry as well. It might...
Cry's been... Yeah, actually, hang on. Holy crap, that did a lot more damage than I expected with that concussive shot.
Odyssey, however, on the mid lane, also not feeling that great. Just already on 0 mana. This is an easy lane for AM. I'd like to see Orb of Corrosion for him as well, something like that. Get in there, you know, be very active early on. You're gonna win the lane anyway. Or should.
So, do you want to go stats now for Odyssey? Like, does the bottle really do much? Because don't you need damage to out-CS the anti-mage?
You could go get some stats, yeah, sure. With a bottle, I guess you can at least hope for a water rune. You know, heal up a little bit, but it won't be fun. You need level 3, you need level 2 reactive armor.
Oster should be first blood down bottom. All right, Cry and a Tooth. Much better start. They've got the level 2 advantage, so Mark is going to go down as well. So this safe lane swap, yes, it's favoring the anti-mage in the mid lane, but currently their safe lane is getting a body.
Yeah, like, you think about 2 strongest lane heroes. Sky and Tusk are definitely up there, right? Like, they're probably top 5 strongest duos in the laning stage. Like a ton
They're going to get another kill top lane. Sanctified's going to go down as well, so they got the kill just onto the Doom prior with that meta, and now they're even going to get Sanctified as well.
What did we talk about before the game started? It can easily go...
Anything can
happen. Like, first game, they're looking like they're gods, like they're 10 times stronger than Oversight, and then in the second game, it's like they forgot how to play. Suddenly the lanes are just... completely different. I don't know. I think it's a little bit of cockiness, you know, coming in. We talked about the mid lane, and it's an interesting one. Timber is still having farm. He has that water rune bottle, so he's not really taking way too much damage from the AM.
He'll free farm this lane on Odyssey. Like, you have a better gain overall. It's 3.5 strength compared to the 2.8, so very shortly you'll do more damage than the anti-mage and you'll just out-CS him. You won't care about kind of the right clicks that is burning all your mana. You really don't care.
It's reactive armor, right? Like, you get level 2 reactive armor, and from it's your power spec on Timber. Even when does Timber become strong on the side lanes? It's level 3. Well, nothing's different on the mid lane. You just get level 3, and then what's an AM gonna do? Hit you, you have plus 14 armor. You literally have a plate mail.
That's right.
For free.
At least top lane in particular now with the meta being on cooldown. It's only on cooldown for another 30 seconds, so we'll give them this full wave for free, it looks like, for CDUB, but once it's back up, there's going to be a lot of kill threat between Skyward and Dead Zoned.
Clockwork TB. It's a solid lane. Call them in, use the meta, and hope that they can't get out on time. How's bottom lane? Have they recovered at least a little bit? This is a snowbally type of duo, Tusk and Skyrat. Once they start killing you, you can easily fall into that place in which you're just TPing and feeding all the time. Duster, you might be in that zone right now. What's he trying to do? Okay.
I need to play with the cookie onto the creep. Raindrops trying to help him out, but it's not going to be enough.
His play,
And Duster does go down.
his play there was very aggressive, very greedy. He could have lived, like, if he just ran back to the DK, but instead he tried to be sneaky, you know, pull a little bit, mess with the Skyrat, save the cookie. It didn't work in the end. AM taking off a little bit on the mid lane. Like,
Yeah.
31 CS versus 21 on Odyssey, so he's got his rank, right? And from this point onwards, if you're Timber, even if you do Whirling Death, like Anti-Mage still heals up through that easily. You can even take his primary attribute, like, he doesn't really care.
It is Odyssey with that third point of reactive armor. He's even got Vanguard that he's considering as well. So my dude is going to be A-OK in the mid lane. And like you said, bottom action's going to continue, just waiting for that second use of the meta top lane as well for some potential kills. Dead zone.
What's really saving them on this bottom lane is the cookie, right? If not for cookie, they'd be feeding 24/7. But Skyrat and Tusk, they have a lot of kill potential. It is difficult versus the cookie. Ice shards won't really block you. You'll always be able to get out.
Oh, there's an arcane for Mr. Odyssey. Juicy rune. Then they're going to make the go. Red zone should be able to close the distance onto Isla. So they won't be able to hold him down into play. So that meta, they're going to be forced to play this one a little bit more passive now on CDUB.
Yeah, my question is, will Double King be able to... So basically, what CDUB have to recognize and do properly is punish the Timber once he goes in too deep. Double King might die here. Yeah.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my lord.
Wait, what?
He just missed the chain.
What was the chains too?
Nothing. I don't know. I think he panicked.
I think he panicked as well.
So that's a big kill for Double King. He's got to be cautious though, because Timber's going to come back to with the lane with full resources, so he'll probably have to back up.
Man, you had that kill. I'm sure he had the kill on Timber. If he just chained first and... But okay, that zone top lane will fall. Was a little bit too aggressive throughout the lane. So far it did work for him, but not any longer. Skyward as well. He's fine for the moment, but needs to be careful once Doom hits 6.
And this pack leader's aura might be pretty frustrating for them to deal with actually top lane. Maybe a big reason why they're able to get that kill into the clockwork and
it's a lot
see
of
how
damage.
aggressive. Yeah, it really is actually. I mean, plus 20 in the Mirana is huge to help her.
I miss the
harass.
phase boots days on Doom. You know, you get the pack leader's aura, you get phase boots, you run into a lane, you just crit for 250.
Yeah. Lot of damage. With that here, we do get the kill though mid lane, so Odyssey's able to come back, and now I'm in a lot of trouble is dead zone. Great rotation out of a Tooth. Sky is making a lot of plays early on to help out, so Tooth's going to be able to chase down Sanctified. Clockwork won't want to continue them with a hunt, so it looks like Mirana...
They did get an AM kill on mid.
Is he going to go for it?
Yeah, Anti-Mage died mid lane to the Timber, so probably the more important pick off a Tooth, getting that, moving top, helping out the Clockwork as well. Duster.
Yeah,
You know,
bit of rough start here for Mr. Duster.
usually what happens is when you have a Timber on your team, he's the sort of a hero that you really want to leave alone. He gets a lot of levels, he dominates, he also does not need a lot of help. This game, they're doing the opposite and I like it. Like, they're actually bringing a lot of help to him mid lane. Because, like, realistically, if he gets punished and if he doesn't manage to get farm, he will have absolutely no impact. Doom, yeah. He's going first Midas, so just being picked off like this isn't that difficult for Oversight. TB with the Dragon Lance.
They're actually even going to try and TP the Timber down bottom as well, so Mark's in a lot of trouble. Aggressive snowball fall from Cry. Pretty nice Dragon Tail though, but they'll still have the shards to follow the distance. The Timber here, they should have plenty of damage to bring down.
Wait, why aren't they killing him? What's happening? Like, he's got...
Need more mid lane dead zoned.
Yeah,
he's going to get solo killed from Double King and...
He's okay. He had 18 Magic Wand charges, but still, I think it's the shards that messed them up because he couldn't connect whirling that with the tree and with the DK. Maybe that was the problem. But I really thought that was a kill. That should have been a kill.
At least they're going to be able to get the tower though, so that's the one nice thing. They shove Mark out of the lane, get the tower. It's their second tower of the game. Meanwhile though, Skyward might be in some trouble. They're lacking kisses, so they're going to need the Doom to be able to help out here.
He's got haste.
He's got a level in the Sunder as well. So he's going to be able to find the target. Doom will come out the last second to help give them that extra damage required. And
maybe deny from Claw.
Dead Zone get the deny.
If he needs the deny, he doesn't. If he sticks around for the aura, he's fine, right?
And now Cry's going to rotate as well. Upper punch to the sky. Down goes Isla, and they just went a little bit too early. Now Dead Zone off the back of the kill. He's got level 6. So hook shot on forward, and these rotations just been super awkward from CDUB. Duster's going to go down as a result to this, and Sanctified. Now when he's trying to do what he can, Duster will be able to get the cookie down to the low ground. Cry's got another round of the spell as if he can close the distance though, lacking the mana, which is the big issue though for the task.
He tried to go in, and yeah, the fact that they just went on Terrorblade without waiting for the Doom, I feel that hurt them the most. Doom had haste, he could have connected fast enough, but maybe they needed to slow Skyward down. He survived on like 15 HP, by the way. The last Doom, he needed one more tick from Doom to die.
Mortimer Kisses could be huge. A lot of damage coming in from Duster. They'll be able to get the double kill. Mark does go down though, and
Timber.
now Odyssey's here for the cleanup. So yeah, run as fast as you can because you got a big Timber issue now. Odyssey, at the vision though, is he just going to be able to predict perfectly? Oh, Sanctity.
I can't believe Mirana lives there. That was juke and a half from Sanctified. They do move TB down bottom. No meta anymore, so Double King actually decides to go in instead. He will lose some of his mana too.
Doesn't seem like a fun anti-mage matchup as the game goes on versus the Terrorblade.
Yeah, at the same time, there are some portions of the game in which you can jump him, blow him up right before he sunders. But it doesn't feel that great. There's a smoke up Sky and the Tusk, searching for this lonesome anti-mage.
Can you get the blink away before the silencer? That's the thing. The Tusk's just going to be able to find it. They got the hook shot as well for good measure. Beautifully done. And that's going to be a big issue for a vast majority of this game until the Manta Star was picked up. That instant silence out of the Ancient Seal is a great way to get that first little bit of control.
Why do you think he's farming there? I mean, he is mid laner, technically, right? But he's still your win condition, he's still your carry. I feel like you should be putting him in the safest spot. But, okay, at least because of that, Mark does have a blink.
They might be able to stop. They're going to snap the blink courier as well.
Nope.
Okay, just gets delivered. He's able to get the blink away as a result to this, but they're in a lot of trouble now. They were trying to set up for the blink reveal and die. They just caught them off guard. So now Sanctified's going to be chased down as well. A couple of leaps to work with. Gonna look for the TPR.
Perfect.
And he'll make it.
Yeah, he was. They couldn't see him. He was there. There's like this spot in which it's really difficult to see you, even though you look like you're outside of the pit. There's a spot in the pit where you can see the outside, but they can't see you as well.
Yeah, it's a weird spot, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know why that's in the game.
Smoke up. So far,
I have great wards right now. Oh, Kisses mid. Arrow's gonna connect as well. They're gonna have the damage of the Timber Saw. Odyssey. Whoa, just dies. Oh my lord, that was close.
Anti-mage. Pops the counter spell and blinks out. Tell me honestly, like after game 1 and seeing it, the way it panned out, did you expect this in game 2?
No, I did not.
Right? It's like, NA is weird. It's crazy.
Just the polar opposite.
It's
you were saying the anti-mage matchup, like sometimes it could be nice as if you get on top of the Terrorblade. Do you have to play from ahead though? Because I feel like if you're playing anti-mage behind against TB, this doesn't seem very enjoyable.
It usually doesn't, because he can take objectives, he can push with his teammates. His gold translates into just way more utility early on for his team. But AM with something like a basher, let's see, Skyward.
This is a good smoke. This is a great smoke. They're going to have perfect use of the chain control. Duster will hold his cookie till the end of the arrow.
Doom, top lane.
Meanwhile, yeah, he's in a bit of trouble. Cry's going to be here to be able to cancel his TP, so there should be no escape. Punch up into the Mystic Flare, so both sides will lose a core across the map.
Yeah, if you're Oversight, you are probably not happy with losing the TB. It's okay that you killed the Doom, but it's just the Doom, right? Oh, hookshot. Missed. There was a cookie there. Even if you connected on the DK, there's no damage. Arrow, mid lane. A bit too late.
No Kisses, he doesn't die. Maybe just trying to force some reactions. They do have a Doom actually at the ready. A cookie's going to connect onto 2, and they'll use the Doom onto the Tusk. So Odyssey's a little bit too far away. He'll chuck out a Chakram from afar, but he does not feel like he's going to be able to have the impact to turn that fight around.
So they were hunting and then they got double cookied, right? That's what happened. It's
Yep.
Yeah. It happens.
Are they going to smoke again? They're under a ward. Do they even have a smoke? No, they do not.
Odyssey. He's on this low ground here. He sees Doom.
Isla might be in trouble mid lane. They've got the hook shot. Oh no. Should still be able to bring him down though. Ancient still being able to buff up Odyssey's damage as well.
Cry's coming. They don't have cookie anymore.
And they've got the ward as well, so they're going to be able to snowball over the top. Duster's going to die for that. Dive done a very good job with their ward placement so far through this game. Been quite impressed with that from the supports. But it's a lot of time for Double King. Of course, he's had the Battle Fury for a while, disassembled the Vanguard. So we'll use that Vit booster for later on. Again, though, he's going to be very vulnerable until he gets his Manta style.
Yeah, most of the time they're playing on the enemy side of the map, so they're just given enough vision and time to plant those wards to be even more aggressive. That's like one of the things that you snowball with, right? Like as a winning team, you always have better time putting down wards, protecting them, especially if you have heroes that can run, just run into fog like Timber can.
Is there any crazy item build coming off of the Timber this game? Doesn't look like it. It's got the Fairy's Trinket, which is lovely, probably the best one he could hope for. And that Sanjin Kyra as well. So Odyssey's going to be dealing a crap load of damage inside these team fights. And I wonder what the next item's going to be. What would you like actually from him next? I'm seeing kind of the early Scepters after the Sanjin Kyra. You know, seeing maybe even a Blink after that, but we could see something a little bit different from him if he needs something defensive. Could consider like a Lotus if he wants to. What would you like Odyssey to go down though?
I don't think he needs... You could get Lotus if you're worried of Doom, right? So that you can go in and be Lotus. But overall, I'm not sure. Like, he could buy some utility as well for the teammates. Or he could just go all in into just dominating the game. Aghanims is solid. They shout as much damage as possible. They do lose bottom, and there's a blink on clock, but these arrows just aren't connecting.
Yeah, it's only second level in Dragon Tail. I think that's the big reason why. Maybe, like, yes, maybe Mirana's position, but you've got the blink for a while, so Mark was in a position where he had to put more points in the Dragon's Blood to be able to play the lane. Not seeing, though. Overside's actually playing the opposite side of the map. You got Dire inside Radiant's triangle, Radiant inside Dire's triangle. Might be able to get dead zoned. Cookie's going to be able to set up. So both supports will look to play together, maybe even farm some of the cogs as well. But the Elder Dragon form is about to expire, so they won't be able to get too much damage into the tower.
Yeah, the thing that's really good for CDUB right now has nothing to do with their draft. It has something to do with Oversight. Oversight doesn't take rush way too easily. Like, if they go in, yeah, Timbersaw can tank it, but you basically have only TB that dishes out a ton of damage. So you can play the way that you're playing on CDUB. Just be around the tier 2, be around the enemy triangle. You don't have to be around your Radiant triangle or the Dire jungle. But there is a smoke coming for them.
Damn, they're going to get it without a contest? And Dust is just going to probably pop the smoke. See, if they actually still want to take the fight, though, I think you could just sacrifice the Snapfire and look to get out with everyone else. Oh, Hookshot again's going to get blocked from one of his teammates, so Sanctified should be able to reset. But they've got vision, though. Moonlight Shadow's about to expire. They're going to see him running over to the right side. Just a random drop of the Mystic Flare, but there we go. Moonlight Shadow's out. Silence going to wear off so we can double leap away to the... Oh, no, he showed himself. It's cool. When does he TP? When does he feel safe?
I never...
Keep running, my friend.
Tusk
That's right,
dying,
space
though.
created. And Isla...
Okay.
Oh, man, BKB TP out. Nicely done. This is still a lot of space. Force up in a couple of seconds. It should be too long, though. So finally, they'll get him. But you still... Wait.
So
oh,
Doom was
so
used,
Isla...
yeah. He used the
okay.
Doom on Tusk. He tried to solo him. And then in the end, he just had to TP out so he doesn't die himself as the BKB was running out. Unfortunate for Mr. Doom. Unfortunate for CDUB in general, because this opens up the map for Oversight.
And they're just going to run at them. They're not the ones that are limited by cooldown. And you need to keep getting these kills for Cry. Like, this hero does not particularly keep up in farm. You've gone for this Tusk Sky combo. We need to continue being aggressive and helping him scale into the later stages of this game. So,
Mid lane Dragon form used, so you don't have that for the next fight as well. So Terrorblade actually used the form. Okay. So with this form they can take the tier 2. I'm thinking, can they connect into anything bigger? Can they force high ground with this? They can't. Timber is tipping mid. Tusk is tipping mid. Want to catch Mark. They will.
Yeah, they should be able to. We'll start, but it's not going to matter. Great shards afterwards as well. And they're even tipping top as well. Manta's up for double king though, so he doesn't have to be too worried about the silence. Sanctified once again back on his space making shenanigans. Force up in a couple of seconds, but it'll take too long. This game's starting to look a little bit scary now for CDUB. You're bleeding a couple kills across the map. You got the Skadi now completed on Skyward, which is a huge timing to be able to address the Dragonite, which we saw earlier in the day. Very nice first to Doom as well. And I mean, the anti-mage, if he jumps in and doesn't get kills, then it's going to be very difficult for him to be able to get back out with that Skadi slow now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, what are they waiting for on the side of CDUB? They're just waiting forever for the Abyssal, right? That's it. You can't really...
Mark?
Jumps in.
They're starting on a Timber. Odyssey's going to be okay, but they'll turn to the Tusk instead. Isla wanted to try and shut him down off the back of his ultimate. Now Double King wants a Tuff as well. This Mana Void's at the ready, so if they can bring his mana down low, Double King should be able to blow up the sky. And there we go. And avoid at the last second. So very nicely done from CDUB, but again, they are relying on their cooldowns. You've got Doom now down for 2 minutes, Kisses down for 90 seconds. They're going to have to play this one a little bit more cautious off the back of the respawns.
It doesn't look like they will. They're still going in. They're going into the dire jungle at least. Perhaps they can take the outpost. Like you're talking about cooldowns. On CDUB, they have plenty, right? The Doom, the Dragon Knight, Mortimer's Kisses. On the side of Oversight, there's one, but it's pretty damn big and important, right? It's the Metamorphosis. So if that's down, you probably shouldn't fight on Oversight, and it's not down, so they want to fight once again. This is perhaps a rush timing for them, but these two teams, they don't care about rush.
Yeah, they're just looking to continue to get aggressive. In fact, they're going to pop meta to try and take this tier 2 tower. The Radiant are splitting up the map. Isla shoving bottom. He went boot to travel as well for the Doom, so maybe they're just looking to completely avoid and scale late with the potential of Doom getting maybe Refresh or Scepter, having Anti-Mage be a really big issue as the game goes on as well.
Yeah, he should probably then get Octarine, right, on Doom, if that's what he wants to go for. But yeah, Anti-Mage did get the Basher up, so it's a big item for them. Helps out quite a bit. Metamorphosis, like you did mention, just got popped on the mid lane, and you to take the tower, but now you're on a little bit of downtime, which CDUB should exploit unless Doom dies, but he's being hunted.
He did get a glimpse of Cry, though, on with the courier, so Isla was able to kind of sniff this movement out.
He's just chilling, right? He has travel, so he can TP anywhere. Instead, he's waiting for his Doom. Wait, see? Okay, he's actually... This is so dangerous. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because your BKB TP doesn't work versus Clock. There's a Rocket. Random hook. He was in range, but decided not to.
Yeah, and they're going to have Manta up on Mark. Well, that's his next item as well. Of course, pretty core now, but... for me, it just seems like their call for them is just to avoid this game now. Just look to split push, rat the game, and they feel like ultra late they should be able to come out on top.
Wait, don't you buy Agnes first? If you're DK?
First item?
No, I mean, before the Manta. Just going Manta first.
Yeah, sorry.
Usually you should get...
You do usually, but I think this is different, right? Because if the Manta still is going to work with his like level 3, it's still pretty decent where you get some splash. So you just I think it's just he feels like it's going to take too long to get Scepter Manta, and he wants to be the extra person that can help split push the map.
Okay, yeah.
Would you kind of agree with that?
I mean, I can see the logic perhaps. It's just not nearly as strong, but it's still solid. And you get another way of dealing with the silences from Skybrat. You don't have to pop the BKB, so...
Because, I mean, we have to look at late game now, and you've got to compare what they're going to be able to provide. Sky gets completely countered by BKBs, and they should have that by that stage. Tusk doesn't really scale. Like, the way he scales is off the back of Scepter.
Duster?
As odd as, yeah. Should be able to get the kill into Duster. But this is what's going to happen. Like, if you're going for this type of gameplay, you're going to lose people across the map. It just really depends on who you are losing.
For me, it's very indicative of where these two teams are when it comes to the gameplay itself and the strength of teams, understanding of the game. They'll go into the pit. Okay, every time they have meta, they just go for an objective. They pop that meta. And there's a nice little illusion rune as well for Skyward. So they are aware on Radiant now. This is the question, do they fight it or not?
No kisses, I think, is a really big issue. They're going to try and take the Clockwork down to start the fight. They'll be able to do so off the back of the Mana Void. Snapfire is now back alive. This Roche fight gets a bit scary for Dire. Mark's going to jump in and try and provide division, but a great BKB from Cry is going to avoid the Dragon Tail. Redding going to be able to reset off the back of this. The Ogre Totem gets him out, but Isla, he wants in. Doom out onto the Timber. They'll suck him into the snowball. Delays a little bit of the damage, but it's not going to matter. Timber's going to go down, and now it's Skyward against the world, but his meta's expired. So he's got no damage on the Terrorblade. They can turn to him afterwards. It's going to have to be some crazy Sunder plays, but Abash is out. He's able to dodge the Dragon Tail, but with his mana completely burned, there is no Sunder potential, and beautifully done from CDUB. They'll be able to get Roche down, and a lot of tips to Skyward as well.
I'm not sure what's up with the hate towards the poor old Skyward, man. But yeah, he gets a ton of tips. Oh man, this, yeah, they did say something like Double King, my idol, at the beginning of game 1. So I'm not sure.
What, I did?
Someone did, yeah, in the chat. So
okay.
Atuf is a bit. Well, he's a bit away, long and very far away from home.
Man, poor Sky. Yes, we get some some face cam replays as well. They're having a good time when they see that Mr. Sky goes down. So now the anti-mages leaped over him, usurping his crown on the net worth. Double King's got that top spot now.
I love how CDUB took that fight, by the way, in the pit. The fact that Dragonite jumps in gives enough vision for everyone else to follow up. As Dragonite is in with the BKB, suddenly top lane, Clockwork is dying.
He's a pretty vital hero to their team fight, right? We saw he was jumped first from Double King before the DK started. And that's a lot of your control, your BKB, and also just area denial to protect the Terrorblade. Seems like it's an easy kill, but one that's really valuable inside some of the fights. And now without him, it's a 4v5, and still, meta, I suppose, is back up. Let's see what they can do with it.
They are playing into Aegis. That's the problem. Double King is just going to jump one of your targets, blow them up. Atuf has to be careful even. Okay, without Manta, you probably back out. You reset. There's tier 2 on mid lane. He is going towards Skadi, it feels like, on anti-mage, right? Is that what he's...
Yep.
Yeah, Skadi gets on top of TV, and suddenly he cannot move any longer at all. It's either the slows or the bashes that will mess him up.
It's pretty nice for Timber, so... So I was just taking as well a look at the Doom build. His Octarine, like you said, that he was going to go for now if they wanted to try and scale, and very close to that level 20 talent as well, so... Doom cooldown is going to be reduced quite heavily. He's even got the Quickening Charm, which is always nice. They are trying to smoke towards Isla, though. They'll be just a little bit too late.
Instead, they might run into... Well, still Isla, actually. Him... he's gonna get away.
He's not going to go boot to travel 2, is he?
It looks like he will, and he might get caught here.
Let's see if the raw health is going to be enough for him to activate the BK. Oh, he still popped it.
Did he pop BKB? He did. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be off cooldown in a second. He has that Octarine to work with. It's just that Cry, he blinked in a little bit too far away from him, so he couldn't use the Walrus Punch immediately. You probably don't kill him anyway, right? Like, he most likely uses his BKB before the Mystic Flare kills him.
No, they're cutting mid as well, so it looks like this tier 2 tower is going to be under assault. Odyssey's got a big item though in the BKB. Let's see how much this is going to be able to protect him inside some of the fights, but probably a lot of it comes down to if he just gets doomed before he can react.
Yeah, look at Double King. He's just he's doing his own thing, you know. His teammates are pushing, he's just hunting for kills. He blinks into fog. He understands I have this Aegis, even if I jump, I don't know, Skyrat or Clock can take him down with me. It's still big. Plus the creep skipping is pretty massive. Timber, Odyssey.
Double King.
He just went in alone.
Yeah, wow. Blast Rig actually might be something that they're going to be considering now because the Tuft is holding it. You don't really want to Manta off that if you get silenced afterwards, so see how much of an issue it's going to be for Double King. No Manta. On my mana. Okay.
Yeah, a good way of dealing with reflection, and usually heroes that can make a clone of you is just buying a butterfly. Suddenly can't hit you. So he is going for butterfly next. I think it's like a natural item progress anyway.
And we were speaking about the Dragon Knight's progression as well. He did complete the Manta, but he's already got one component with the Scepter. Like, this Aegis has given them so much. They have a 97% probability off the back of that. So one fight, and now just 5 minutes afterwards, and they've just held the map incredibly firm, and the lead is just continuing to grow. Their items are being picked up. There is a Boots of Travel 2 from Isla, so he's going to be speedy around in the middle of the fights. They're going to, yeah, they'll make the jump on Mirana, but...
Will Double King, he doesn't have Aegis anymore, so he might be a bit reluctant, but he might still jump. Let's see.
They're pinging it out. Chill.
He was thinking maybe someone shows up on the bottom lane, so the pings were there. Yeah, like you said, one thing that has to be mentioned is the way that CDUB is playing the map and the way that Oversight is playing the map when they're in advantage is completely different. Like, CDUB instantly take your side, they creep skip, they pressure you in. Meanwhile, Oversight, they get map control, map vision, but I felt like they used TB meta a couple of times in an underwhelming way. You know, you use it, you take a tier 2. If you take a tier 2 without it, then maybe you can force high ground with it, right? Like you'd actually be able to make this AM go back, help his teammates.
This is a exciting item. DOTA just completed the Scepter on the Snapfire. He's going to be tossing in a couple of friendly members into the middle of the fight, trying to sacrifice their own life. Surely, which boy we toss in? Got to be the Doom? I reckon just toss the Doom in. Get him into the middle.
Just throw him in. Make him use that Doom.
Skyward. Skyward.
Okay, Mark is very
return, Mark. Oh, very nicely done. He's able to reposition up to the high ground. Isla. Oh, they're just going to blow up the Clockwork Doom. Can he be able to get his ultimate off before he dies? He's able to do so. Towards the backline, they're doing a pretty good job to kite the Terrorblade for the moment. Still, can they continue on so far through the team fight? It looks like it's going to favor Radiant as Odyssey is just so separate from the team. They're going to be able to catch out Cry as well before... No! Whoa! Great shots from Cry. Bounces himself up to the high ground.
Nicely, very nicely done. Double King. The break and the reflection might scare them away for now, at least for a little bit. Doom did buy back, so he'd most likely want to fight, but they are getting low, 50% HP. By the way, Double King in this fight should have died. He was in a position in which he had no Manta, no saving grace. Absolutely, teammates were very far away from him. He was surrounded by Sky, by Clock, and by TB, but TB ran away. He didn't feel comfortable sticking around.
Do you go high ground? Because that's meta on cooldown. You're about to have Doom up. You've got Scepter coming out from Mark as well. This surely feels like a big window for Radiant to at least get an objective.
I don't think it's smart. You can do it if you're certain that you will execute properly, and if you can get the pick off first, sure. But Rosh can be up, right? It's just hit that timer, so maybe getting Rosh first would be better. Because let's say you go high ground and you lose a fight, you have a fight in which you lose 2-3 heroes. Suddenly, even if you take a side, they can go take the pit, take Aegis. Can be a bit bad of a position to play off of.
Sure. Just this one a little bit more reserved, it looks like. Double King. With that 25 though, it did go the Mana Void cooldown reduction, so only 20 seconds now for him, so there's going to be a lot of kind of solo kill potential inside some of the fights. If I die, I feel like really all the items we're going to see is... I mean, Odyssey's actually got a big one queued up in the Hex. That could be a game changer if they're able to catch the anti-mage out.
Smoke up. Duster.
Cry. It's a start on Duster. Bostov's going to help them reposition, but the rest of Radiant are very split away. Duster's going to have Cookie up pretty shortly as well. He'll make it to the low ground as well as a result of this. Duster's wasting a lot of time, and the anti-mage is starting to beat into the bottom tower.
Yeah, I'm not sure why did he kick him.
Oh, they're actually going to go in. Is the season angle? They just blow him up. Oh my lord. Down goes Odyssey. He's got enough gold for buyback, but that's a big trade across the map. You lose Duster, but you take Odyssey's life.
I think that's straight into the pit, right? Like you should know that Roshan will be most likely up. Minute and a half has passed, so chances are Mirana has Greaves, Force Staff, Leaps, maybe.
They're coming.
Yeah. Actually going back in.
Isla's going to tip in. Double King as well is moving his attention over. They're going to buy back on Odyssey. That's a really big buyback. But look at the cleave and the mana void damage. They're going to be able to win the fight before Odyssey even connects with the team. And now Double King, he senses a sign of weakness. They'll get rid of the silence thanks to the use of the Witchbane. Now Double King, what more does he want out of this? Doesn't have the greatest resources with the anti-mage, so they might look to play this one safe and, like you said, go for that Roche.
Yeah, you force the buyback on Timber. The safest play, the most disciplined one, would definitely be to go into the pit. You should know that it's up now. The maximum time has expired, so they're still not going, even though Clock and Tusk are dead. Yeah, I'm not sure why not. AM should be there already. And he probably is blinking, right? Nope. Waiting for Double King, and here he goes. Yeah.
What do we got? Oh, it's only second Roche. The little shard is there.
Who takes it? Who doesn't have a shard? Doom has it. AM does not have it.
I guess you just give it to AM.
Yeah.
Reduces enemy spell damage, actually. So yeah, that's quite nice versus Timber. It's not just the magic resistance.
Yeah, not just the Sky, but Timber as well, right? It's
yes, yep.
pretty good. And they smoke up. So basically all they need, bottom lane, Isla. There's a Doom on that Timber down bottom, and the Timber is... Yeah, that's a dieback.
Uh-oh.
With that dieback anti-mage, look at him.
Hey, what the heck?
Hello.
What's he got to feed? Last Rig's actually going to prove to be a bit of an issue. Double King doesn't have too much mana, but we'll still have enough to get the blink away, though. Oh, Duster, who are you chucking in? What? That's a Mirana!
Probably not the hero that you wanna throw in. And Sanctified was like, what the hell, man? Don't throw me in. I don't wanna feed. But they still have time, right? 70 seconds without Timber. And they have that Aegis for 4 more minutes, so they can decide when exactly to jump in with Double King.
Skyward's going to go pretty crazy here with that fresh completed MKB. Isla, that's super deep. But the first bash is out from Skyward. Can he find a Sunder target? It's onto one of the illusions. It repairs the damage nonetheless, though, so he's going to be able to reposition, but they just have too large of a deficit. They're sanctified again! They just gloved him inside the base. It doesn't matter, though. CDUB, they're going to end out coming out on top. A 2-0 victory for them in the end to close out our night.
Unexpected in this game too, after the way that it has started. Like, I really thought that the Oversight will take this to game.